Help me, I cannot sleep. So this is a very common complaint in my clinic. A lot of women in perimenopause and menopause struggle with sleep. So what are some of the things that I tell my patients in clinic? In this video, I'm going to be sharing all those secrets with you. So stay tuned, share it with a friend. If we haven't met, I am Dr. Odoy. I'm the founder of Oasis Women's Functional Medicine. We are a boutique women's practice located here in Rochester. I help women who are struggling with fatigue during perimenopause and menopause. So let's go right into the topic of sleep. If you are having trouble sleeping, what are some of the things that you can do, or what are some of the things that's happening? So let's first start with sleep architecture. I went over that last week, but the most important thing that I want you to remember is that when nighttime comes and you are feeling sleepy, that's because of a chemical called adenosine. So just like when you go into the gas station and you put gas in your car, the product of the burn, gas comes through your engine and out of the exhaust, right? Same thing. Your brain uses a lot of energy, and the unit of energy is called ATP. And so when your brain is done using that ATP or that energy, the last product left is called adenosine. And adenosine is very, very sedating. So when nighttime rolls up and you are feeling sleepy, that's because you have a buildup of adenosine. If you will notice, when you first start feeling sleepy and you go to bed, sometimes you go right into deep sleep. And that's because that's the way the brain gets rid of this adenosine. Why is this important? A lot of sleep issues, believe it or not, start during the day. There are so many things that we do that blocks adenosine, or it reduces the amount of adenosine, and so that decreases your body's appetite for sleep. So if you're having trouble sleeping, sometimes we will tell you that maybe those long afternoon naps are not helping you, because when you take a long nap in the afternoon, basically you deplete the adenosine, and you tell your body does not just feel tired enough for you to have a great night's sleep all night long. It's kind of like you're on your way to a buffet and you just go and eat a big sandwich. When you get to the buffet, you won't be as hungry. So something as simple and as common as a daytime nap could be the reason why you are not sleeping well at night. Another thing that depletes adenosine or blocks adenosine is caffeine. So when you drink a lot of caffeine, that also depletes the adenosine, and that reduces your brain's perception of, fatigue or feeling like you need to go to bed. So if you're having trouble sleeping and, first you are taking long naps in the afternoon, or you are drinking a lot of caffeine during the day, that's going to eventually affect you when you try to go to bed at night. So I've covered two big things. In terms of me talking to my patients who are struggling with sleep, we cover 6 big areas, and it's the acronym LEARNS. So LEARNS, LEARNS. So LEARNS. The first thing that we cover is lighting. How is lighting in your bedroom? Do you have dark shades in the bedroom to prevent light from coming in? The reason is because light affects the amount of melatonin that your body releases, so that can influence your sleep. The light from our devices, electronic devices, can also block our sleep. So first thing is lighting. The second thing is the environment. Have you created a conducive environment in your bedroom for sleep? Or you are in your bedroom with work from work. You are doing your second shift of work in your bedroom. imagine when you are at work, maybe work is relaxing for you, but your brain, when you are at work, is supposed to be alert. So now if you spend time in your bedroom doing work, now you've taught your brain to associate work with being alert. So now if you come to your bedroom and you are doing work, now your brain is alert. And so it's going to be difficult to have a good night's sleep when you are doing work in your bedroom. So it is so important to create a sanctuary in your bedroom which is conducive for sleep. Anything that you've taught your brain is relaxing is something you should create in your bedroom, so that when you get to your bedroom, your brain associates that environment with relaxation. It associates that environment with sleep. And so it makes it easy to fall asleep. The next thing is A, which is activity. What are the activities that you are participating in before sleep? For instance, if you associate listening to music with being alert, right? Or certain music with being alert, or watching certain things on your phone with being alert. I'll give you an example. We typically don't go to TikTok or Instagram to watch relaxing things. We typically go there to watch things to entertain us, right? And so your brain associates the activity of going on your phone with entertainment and with stimulation. So then how do you now convince that same brain it is time to sleep? So activity right before sleep is so important. The next thing is routine in that acronym. So what are some of the routines that you do to tell your brain it is time to sleep? That's one big topic we can, go deep into. But the main thing here is to wake up at the same time and to sleep at the same time, no matter what, whether it's the weekend or during the week, because a lot of us feel like, well, I didn't have enough sleep during the week, so I'm going to catch up on all my sleep on the weekend. And what unfortunately happens is that you create a system in your brain called social jet lag, right? Where now your brain becomes jet lagged. And so that sort of perpetuates over the next week, right? And so the main thing, if you are struggling with sleep, as much as it's hard in the beginning, is to pick a time you go to sleep and pick a time you wake up, and just try to stay within an hour of that time every day. Even if it's the weekend, even if you're on vacation, you can find other things to do to relax and to make up for any fatigue, but consistently sleep depriving yourself during the week and then catching up on the weekend may not be the best thing if you have insomnia. The next thing is napping, which I went over during my first video. When you nap a lot during the day, you basically reduce your brain's appetite for sleep at night, and so it eventually affects your sleep at night. The last thing is substances. Are you getting a glass or two of wine before bed? Yes, wine can help you relax and it can be sedating, and so you can sleep, but unfortunately, the breakdown product of wine or any alcohol can be stimulating. So your first half of sleep you may fall right asleep when you drink wine because it's sedating, but you will not stay asleep because the breakdown product of alcohol tends to be stimulating. The other substance that I see a lot is caffeine. Drinking lots of caffeine can stimulate can stimulate your nervous system and cause you to be awake longer than you need to be. So if this video was helpful, please leave a comment below. If you have any questions, also leave a comment below and I will be happy to answer them for you. Forward it to anyone you know who is struggling with sleep. A lot of us are, and I see it a lot in my clinic. We go through strategies that will help you sleep well. I also help women with balancing their hormones, because I believe that changes in hormones during perimenopause and menopause unfortunately influences the quality of sleep that you can have. So stay tuned for my next video to hear more about the relationship between insomnia and menopause and perimenopause. Thank you.